Moving on to the 140-pound division in professional boxing is a shark tank. Teeming with talent, it boasts champions with flashy styles, mega money fights, and an undeniable presence in the fight game. Yet, amidst this sea of established names, a quieter force is rising through the ranks, striking fear into the hearts of the competitors. Subriel Matias, aptly nicknamed the Machine. Matias isn't here for the theatrics. His fighting style is a demonstration of raw power, relentless pressure, and the ruthlessness that has earned him another, more unsettling moniker, the Boogeyman, that sends chills down the spines of his opponents. While his claim to the top spot is debatable, Subriel Matias is the undisputed Boogeyman of the junior welterweight division. His demolition victory over Jeremias Ponce for the vacant IBF title might not entice a long list of 140-pounders to step in the ring with him. Ring Magazine places Matias at number 4, but you could argue alongside Regis Prograis, the WBC belt holder, Matias presents the most physically daunting challenge in the entire weight class. Matias isn't a technical boxer. He doesn't box you. He's a punisher. He beats you. Imagine fighting with 2 cinder blocks for fists and a head made of granite. That's the Matias experience. Opponents enter the ring one way and leave looking completely different. Ponce's corner saw the writing on the wall after round 5, where their fighter dropped late in the round. They knew the punishment only escalated from there. Matias has always been this destructive from the start. In August 2018, and he's facing off against the British pro, Bradis Prescott, a 3rd round technical knockout as Prescott hit the mat twice, courtesy of a killer left hook and a nasty uppercut. From then on, he went on to rack up an impressive 18-fight win streak and finally got his world title shot in February of 2023 at the age of 30. Faced off with Jeremias Ponce for the vacant IBF super lightweight title and emerged victorious to solidify himself as a champion in the division. Even as a champion, there's no long list of fighters wanting to smash it out with him for his belt. Of course, there's a reason why Matias is seen with such fear, how he's become the man other champions are strategically avoiding, and ultimately, the man to become the future king of the 140-pound division. It's simple. The risk-reward just isn't there. Sure, the IBF belt is a prize, but you face the possibility of a brutal beatdown with a potentially underwhelming payday. This is what we mean. The most obvious reason for Matias' intimidating presence is his knockout power. A nightmare threat. His professional record speaks for itself. 21 fights, 20 knockouts. That means a staggering 95% KO rate. A statistic that sends sweat down any opponent's face. Just ask Shojajon Ergashev, a previously undefeated fighter who Matias demolished in an utterly dominant display that year. In absolute madness, Subriel Matias straight up broke down, battered, and stopped Shojajon Ergashev, who was undefeated before the showdown. It was a brutal slugfest, the kind that's become a trademark in Matias' career. But Ergashev's fate wasn't an anomaly. Matias possesses a combination of speed, precision, and sheer punching power that can turn the lights out in an instant. Opponents who enter the ring with him face a constant nightmare. One mistake, one misplaced guard, and it's curtains. This relentless threat makes him a truly dangerous proposition for any champion seeking to defend their title. Beyond the raw power, there's another strategic element at play in Matias' avoidance. The 140-pound division boasts an endless list of big names: Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. These fighters aren't just skilled, they're commercially bankable. A win against them guarantees a massive payday and a significant boost in recognition, moving the victor into the boxing limelight. Subriel Matias, however, isn't quite there yet. While a victory against him would be big from a championship standpoint, the financial and promotional rewards might not be as substantial. This high-risk, low-reward dynamic creates a situation where some champions might prioritize lucrative fights against commercially established opponents over a potentially brutal showdown with Matias. Winning the belt against him might not mean the same level of fame or financial gain, but getting beaten might be certain. So there's definitely some sense to Matias being avoided. He's a dangerous fighter with a knockout threat in every punch. From a purely strategic standpoint, some champions might prioritize fights that offer lesser chances of being beaten brutally. Born on March 31st, 1992, Subriel Ahmed Matias Matthew isn't your average boxer. Forget fancy footwork and intricate jabs. Subriel Matias is your demolition derby disguised as a boxer. Better known as the Machine, he is a walking, breathing wrecking crew with a single-minded purpose: to obliterate his opponent. Think of a runaway freight train fueled by pure aggression. That's Matias in the ring. His fighting style is both terrifying and strangely beautiful. He doesn't waste his time with intricate head movements or feints. He throws his head down, like a bull charging towards a matador, and explodes with punches. Like Mike Tyson in his prime, a relentless barrage of hooks and uppercuts that overwhelm opponents. That's Matias' blueprint. And don't mistake Matias' aggression for recklessness. He's not just a wild swinger, there's a calculated method to his madness. He cuts off the ring with surprising agility, trapping opponents in a corner and unleashing a fury of punches. A lion stalking its prey, then pouncing with a devastating bite. Ergashev, known for his slick defense, tried to evade Matias' pressure. But Matias anticipated his movements, cutting him off like a heat-seeking missile. A perfectly timed left uppercut found its mark, sending Ergashev crashing to the mat in a heap. Also, one of the most striking aspects of Matias' style is his unorthodox stance. He often fights with his hands down to his waist, a move that would get most trainers screaming. But for Matias, it's a coiled spring, a rattlesnake, its body coiled for a lightning-fast strike. That's Matias with his hands down. He can launch an explosive combination in the blink of an eye, catching opponents completely off guard. If you think about it, Matias is a paradox. He's a walking contradiction, an aggressive force contained within a calculated mind. His unorthodox stance hides a lightning-fast punch. His relentless pressure masks a strategic understanding of the ring. It's this very enigma that makes him so captivating to watch. He's a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Subriel Matias' rise to the top wasn't easy. Hailing from Manzanillo, a tough seaside community in Fajardo, Puerto Rico, his youth was marked by hardship. A gunshot wound in 2012 led to a 19-month prison term. It was during this time that Matias discovered boxing, a path that would change his life. He credits his early experiences for forging his mental toughness, teaching him how to overcome fights. Boxing became an outlet, a way to find himself and his faith. You can see his toughness and inner strength in his dominant punishing style in the ring. Backtrack to 2015, when Matias turned professional, and 9 years later, the former troubled youth has become one of boxing's most feared fighters. But will he be the future king of the 140-pound division? Or is he just a terrifying gatekeeper, waiting to dismantle any challenger who dares enter his domain? Will his unorthodox style leave him vulnerable against more technical fighters? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Subriel Matias is a fighter you should keep an eye on. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and let us know in the comments below. Who do you think Matias should fight next? And if you haven't already, subscribe for more hard-hitting boxing content delivered straight to your feed. Until next time, stay away from Matias. He's beautifully brutal. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.